Well, welcome to the Nobleshire of Progressive Discussion here at Progressive Rock Central. And today is probably one of my favorite days of the year here. I'm going to be talking with, most likely, it's not a done deal yet because we still got a half a year to go, but these guys are leading everyone as far as my favorite album of the year. This is atomic time, and they have put together a masterpiece with Subsounds. It is just everything you could possibly want in a progressive rock album. It is, well, we'll talk about it in depth here. But they're coming in from, I hope I say this right. I probably should have checked it before. Bauru, Brazil. Is that right? Yes.
That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
All
Yes,
right.
correct.
And I have father and son, which is awesome. Uh, Father looks so much so young that I thought maybe they were brothers. But Pedro Dianaso Dianacoa, I'm
It's Ginkal.
Gene Cow. Okay,
Yeah,
and
it's a Italian surname.
oh, okay. And he plays lead guitar, creates a band sound design, and he's really sort of the leader, I would assume, of the band. And his son, Gabriel, is an unbelievable keyboardist. It showed him on Facebook, staring upwards towards Keith Emerson, and he's definitely reaching for the top. I mean, and he sounds like he's getting pretty close. I'm telling you. And we're going to talk more about that when we start talking about the album. But just a fantastic performance from both of you guys, well, and the whole band. But I'm going to stop and let you guys talk. Do you want to say anything? Hello or
Hello, we're glad to be here. We were very surprised by your review and your kind words, and we we love that some other people appreciate the work we put in this album. It has been in production for a long time. Like there are songs that we've been doing since 2018, and we were learning how to produce and record with quality in the process, and we are very happy with the results, and it's very good to see people appreciating it. So thank you for inviting us and writing and paying attention to our songs.
all right, Pedro? Do you want to add anything or?
Oh, thank you for very much for having us. And yeah, as Gabriel said, it's very good to see people around the world connecting with us through our songs. I believe this is the magic of music and art. I believe because it's very strange because we compose these songs here in our house, in our home in Bauru, in Brazil. Bauru is a countryside city here in Brazil, near São Paulo. Okay, and suddenly we saw our music touching so many people in US and Europe and Japan, etc., all around the world. This is amazing. And thank you again for your kind words in your review, etc.
No, no, thank you. Well, I'm glad to hear that I'm not the only one. I really do hope. Have you been selling a lot of the album, or you're just getting a lot of social media feedback? Where are you hearing most of your feedback? Because it's great to hear that.
Yeah. S- it's a it's hard to release this kind of record in like in today's market. The songs are they are all they have all a huge intro that throws people probably throws a lot of people off uh, because of how fast content is nowadays, and we're trying to reach people through social media, but it's it's not as impactful as we think it should be, just because of what we think the album is worth. But we don't care much about like being famous or whatever.
Yeah,
We just want to play the sounds, and we're progressing to a path to play live. It's our main goal, and maybe in this way we reach more people. Yeah, but it's not all flowers in terms of reaching too much people.
but you are
Yeah, but
and that.
yeah,
I'm
yes,
sorry, you are reaching people, and that
yeah,
is. Go ahead.
yes. We reach people. We saw feedback um, through social media, and we also see the reach of our music in Spotify and also in Apple Music. We saw where people are listening, and we see it's not only Brazil, but the second country that most in this kind of platform listen is US.
Good.
The top city is Helsinki, for example, in Finland. It's
Hmm.
very very strange, and in Poland too, in Colombia, in Argentina, Chile,
Good.
etc.
Throughout South
So
America. Good.
yeah.
Well, describe and thanks again for taking time out. I know you guys are very busy. They were doing some rehearsals and things, and so thanks for taking time out to talk with me today. Describe how Atomic Time formed, how you emerged, and how you evolved. And we're going to go over your first album and talk about that in a little bit. But tell us how you guys got together and what was the what brought you together.
Yeah, my father he always had bands and composed a lot of music throughout his life, and in 2014 I moved here to Bauru to live with him, and I played a lot of his guitars. Like I basically came to Bauru to for his guitars and his pedals. So I enjoyed exploring the sounds, and I used began to making like a very strange synthesizer, like synthesizer sounds in the guitars, and I didn't know what a synth was, uh,
Oh my
but
goodness. You picked it up straight, out of nowhere. That is amazing.
yeah. And then I began to listen to some prog that he showed me, and I got interested in the sound, and he showed, this is a synthesizer, and then we started uh, seeing a lot of videos and things like that, and we uh, decided to buy something. Like uh, we were in between a Nord, like a stage and
Yeah.
whatever, and a Minimoog. and I was going towards the north, but he said something like, "Do you want a mimic keyboard, or you want a real thing?" Like, and I was thinking, and we decided to get the minimal reissue that Moog was doing at the time, and we bought it, and we started making some tracks. And my dad had a band with Silvio and João, that he played like King Crimson songs and some of his compositions also. And uh, we put together a show with two songs, with Red Rain and Roberts Can Lie,
Okay.
and Red.
That's off the first album. Yeah.
Yes. Red, Lyrics, Tongues and Aspic Part 2, and one of his songs from years back. And this was our first and only show. It was called, our band was called Subsounds. It was not a tongue time at the time, and we can like this, and we started making the other songs, and we had the idea of recording it. Yeah.
Where do the rest of the band members come from? Locally, or these are the members of your band?
Yeah.
Okay.
The original members are from here, from Bauru. But Roger is from the south of our country, a state called Rio Grande do Sul. Okay, and it's very it's very interesting because we don't have at the time a vocalist.
Oh.
So we have a recommendation from a very good teacher, and this teacher was Roger.
Oh.
And then he came because, me and Gabriel we are trying to sing, and Roger came here to give us a class, etc. And he sings so well our songs, and we said, man, it's better. And we have an invitation from Roger, and he loved the songs and entered the band.
Excellent.
So today, the band is me, Gabriel. There's another a bass player is Fernando, who record the album, is here from our city. Humberto, the drummer, is from São Paulo.
Oh,
Roger
not
is
far.
from the south. And in 2 weeks, we came together to record his live sections and prepare for the shows.
All right. Obviously, there's some Pink Floyd influence. What are some of the other influences that you had, Gabriel? When your dad gave you some albums, what were some of the ones he gave you to listen to? Probably Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but what other ones?
Yeah, the one I was most shocked by was Relayer, because at first I didn't enjoy it at all, like Gates of Delirium. This is too much. I don't understand. Then I kept listening. And
which one?
Relayer from Yes.
Oh, Relayer. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, that's a good one too.
Yeah, and King Crimson, I happen to been listening to like my whole life, because we The only way I listened to music was through an iPod, and my father put all the songs in the iPod,
Oh,
so he
great.
doctrinated me towards
Well, to educate
this.
you, I do the
Yeah.
same thing with my son, and
Mhm.
he's still not into it like you are, but I think in time. So
Yeah, he
good,
started
good
with metal.
with metal.
Maybe that's yeah,
Which
that's
which metal band?
yeah. I until like 11 years old, I only listened to Metallica, Iron Maiden,
Oh, okay.
Megadeth, the basic stuff.
That's a
Slayer.
good start. Absolutely. Um, how about you, Pedro? I mean, you probably have a lot of similar interests that I've had, but
Yeah, from Yes to King Crimson, Pink Floyd, Genesis, okay, all the classics, Gentle Giant. But we also listen Radiohead,
yeah,
Nine Inch Nails, okay,
yeah,
and me and Gabriel too, we listen a lot of classical music too, like
yes, yeah,
Beethoven, Bartok, uh, Stravinsky, etc.
yeah. You can hear that. You definitely can hear that. Now, will you tour? I think we talked a little bit at the beginning about Subsounds, and you're doing some rehearsals. Are you think you're going to be touring? I think you said South America, but possibly Europe.
Yeah, it's it's certainly a dream we have to have the opportunity to play outside Brazil. Uh, but maybe we actually need a booking agent, like uh,
I can
because
put you in touch.
we
Yeah, I can put you in
oh
touch
yeah
when we're done with somebody that might be able to help. Yeah, in Europe.
oh that's very interesting because we don't have a clue on how to get something. We're trying to make material so something can happen like that, so anyone can contract us or ways.
Yeah, because here in Brazil, they to get a gig years ago, you just send a CD or okay, but today if you okay, my music is in Spotify or Apple Music, etc. Um, since uh, everybody can put your songs in Spotify, they don't accept anymore this kind of
Really?
material. Yeah, they just want to see if you are real, if you know to play,
Oh,
how to
yeah.
play, because so they need a live gig. Okay, send me a live material, at least 20 minutes or 15 minutes. For us, it's just one music, so it's easy. But
Mm.
it's very interesting because today we have a lot of bands, but they just exist in social media. There's an Instagram band, Instagram musicians, but we don't
Yeah.
know if they are real or if they really play, etc. So um, we believe that this is will be very good for us to get this material live and to show for our public that okay, we really play these songs. Okay,
Yeah.
and
The
the
only
only
problem
problem
is
is Gabriel can show it to you is
is
to
to figure
figure out
out
how
how to
to
play
play This keyboard's alive.
Yeah, you got a lot there. Yeah, jumping back and forth, one guy. Yeah, at least with Yes, they kind of had people helping out, but yeah, when you're four guys, it's tough.
Yeah, we need to. We can't just play in a small venue. We kind of need a very good sound and with uh, an engineer that can mix all this stuff and space, like physical space, and to be able to play in these places. I think we have to get an audience. I don't know. There's the physical issue.
Definitely. All right, let's talk about the first album. And thank you very much for sending those songs to me. I should have the review out hopefully next week. And the first album was Out of the Loop, and just another brilliant album that gives you an introduction to their sound and shows you how they developed from this album to Subsounds. And you talked about Robots Can Lie. Um, you show, or I mean, Pedro, you're very good at developing these soundscapes with, um, excuse me, with Gabriel's keyboards sometimes leading and then sometimes you lead with guitar and you alternate that, and it's fantastic the way you do that. It keeps everything kind of interesting, and then sometimes Roger jumps in and starts singing, so it's never the same, and that's great. Talk about how you build that soundscape, how you and Gabriel work together to decide, hey, this is going to start with keyboards. No, this is going to start with guitar. Um, and you could use Robots Can Lie if you want as sort of a uh, example.
Robert Can Lie. This particular song I remember when we start. Uh, I was playing around the Minimoog with the delay, and I take some notes. If it's chum chum, I play 2-3 songs, and I asked to Gabriel, okay, Gabriel, now improve this, please, because it's not sound so. And Gabriel came and make this introduction, and then it's very hard because the synth has a lot of how can I say, a lot of
Harmonics.
harmonics and frequencies,
Yeah.
and it's very hard to find a space when keyboard is playing. So we start to working in how to fit a guitar and together with synth. But in that time we have just the Minimoog, and the Minimoog is monophonic.
Yeah.
Then we try to has a lead too, and when Gabriel is leading, I make the bass like this, and then we begin to try to, sorry about that, trying to there's some problem with my computer.
No, we can hear you. No, you're doing good.
Yeah. So we try to figure out how to move around guitars and synth in a conversation.
Okay.
Okay, and this is, I believe, is the second or first music that we made together.
Hmm.
It was the second. The first one I think was the Red Rain.
Okay.
It
And
has a
Red
similar
Rain,
structure.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, it has a similar structure. Like in there's a, a pattern that the minimoog is playing, and then guitar is making melodies, and then you exchange it. Like it's a very simple conversation, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And with Red Rain, you did mention Red Rain. Um, it doesn't sound at all like Peter Gabriel's Red Rain, but were you inspired by the title, maybe, or did that just come? You're living right near a rainforest, so that I'm sure had something to do with it.
I think it we didn't think much about it. We were messing with the noises like with thunder sounds and in the minimal. This was the beginning of and we just thought it had a we like this image to represent the the sounds. It was actually called intro because we were uh, uh, constructing our first show. Like this one we will open the show. This is the intro, the thunders and the ambience, and then after we recorded, we had to decide on a name that it wasn't inspired on anything particular.
Well, have you guys ever experienced a red rain? Because those Sahara winds blow across the Atlantic to South America. Have you ever experienced that? Because that I never have, and that would scare the H out of me. Because you're seeing this, it's like red blood. I mean, it looks like it. I mean, that's the way it's described. But have you ever experienced something like that?
No,
Yeah,
No.
yeah, it would be horrifying. But yeah, it actually does happen, and I think pretty often. But yeah. All right. And then Shooting Star also, on this one, Roger kind of leads, and you do a great job, like I say, of breaking up the pattern. It's not always keyboards, it's not always guitar. And then he comes in and leads with vocals. You told me how you met him and all, and just a brilliant voice, just so different and unique. And I wish he was here so I could just tell him. But just what Prague needed right now was a new voice, and he's got a good one. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about that song, or?
Yeah, that song I remember when I working on, and then there's some part where then we stop and I showed to Gabriel Premiata Forneria Marconi as a Italian prog band from
Mhm.
sevens,
Yeah.
and we try uh, to make um, make some mini movie inspired by their music, and we try to. This is the chorus. At really, we don't have chorus in this music. The chorus is the mini movie lead.
All right. Go ahead.
I
I'm
believe
sorry.
this. No.
yeah, it was fun making that song. We certainly Rogers singing is one of the it's the main thing of the song, like the main object of the song. Uh, but honestly, like it's not that we don't like our first album, but we see it as more of like a learning curve, and then in the like we just think we improve it so much since the first record, and uh, my favorite song of that album is Gray Sky. Gray Sky and Robots Can Lie. That's and No Time for Angels. I enjoyed like the solos and such.
I was going to talk about, yeah, No Time for Angels is kind of a precursor to the voice of God. We're going to talk more about the
Yeah.
voice of God, but when we talk about subsounds, but No Time for Angels is very good, and I loved it, and it shows that development, that your abilities, were incredible as far as keyboards and um, the lyrics, everything about that. What was the inspiration for the Angels? Maybe for the
I believe
title.
I believe that the name is because we are trying to figure out an intro. And then I was mess around with the effects, and then we found uh, very weird because I never uh, uh, reproduced this again. It was very difficult to find this sound, and this sound at the time sounds like wings.
Oh yeah,
Okay, yeah. So it's a there's a
that's
and
at the
then
beginning,
we
isn't it? If I remember correctly.
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a guitar, you know? So it's very uh, weirdo. The sound is very strange, and then we came up with this title, "No
Okay.
Time for Asia." But um, it's very dark. Okay,
Hmm.
the intro
Yeah.
is very
It's
uh,
quite very angry. It's like it starts with this, and then there's a mellotron piece like with it gets like a bit angelical, I guess, and then it's dances up and it started. Gets so like no time for it. I don't know, and it has a weird time signature in the solos. Uh, I don't remember who came up with the names, but it captures the essence.
Were there other songs on Out of the Loop you wanted to talk about? They're all great, and I'm going to go into more depth when I write the review. But do you want to talk about any of the other songs on that album?
yeah.
But microphone.
There's one song that I like very much is instrumental is "Live in the Ghost Street."
Oh yeah.
Uh, I love this song, and I always felt that we don't uh, develop this music as the it should. Okay, so sometimes we are playing here and make some improvisation, and we felt that this song deserve another shot in the future.
Okay.
Okay, we like the song a
That's
lot,
good.
and I believe this. I believe this album. I like this album. Is our first album, our first working together, me and Gabriel. We learn a lot, uh, me with him and he with me. And but we felt that we feel that the album doesn't sound like we want.
Okay.
So, for example, we for this show that we are preparing, we are putting Robots Can Lie, and we begin preparing Robots Can Lie and sound amazing
Wow. Good.
with the new approach. Gabriel is very, very good now with the sound design today, and he makes sounds amazing with how
Yeah.
Robots Can Lie.
Yeah.
So we are very, very excited to possibility to play live these songs. The songs from this last album, but the songs from the our first album.
Okay. All right. Before we discuss Subsounds, we've got to discuss where it was made. What was it like going to Mecca? That's what I call it. But to go to the magnificent place of Abbey Road Studios, what was it like there? It had to be, then it's got to
Yeah,
be.
but yeah, we don't. I saw you writing that we recording a blues, but we don't. We
Mixed it. Okay. Master.
master at Abbey Road with amazing sound engineer from Abbey Road. We working together uh, around 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, because we have two songs that um, um, Violeta's Dream and Digital Coma that we make a master in Atmos,
Okay.
okay, spatial audio. So we uh, takes this take a lot of time,
Yeah.
and but we record the pianos in a master chord studio in London,
Oh, wow.
in a very, very amazing Steinway grand piano, and the Fender Rhodes and the CS80 from the Violeta's Dream. We record at Rock Studios in London.
All right.
So
But what was it like setting foot in there? I would love to go someday, and
yeah,
um, it had to be for you for sure, but also um, um, for Gabriel to say, "Oh my God, the Beatles are here," and Pink Floyd, and
yes,
some of these. Did they give you a tour? I'm sure, probably, don't they?
yeah,
Tell you where these people played and all. Yeah.
it's amazing
But
place.
what inspired you to say let's go there? I mean, that it like you say that puts added pressure on you, to make something out of this world. It just as you're developing and
Mhm.
but it also sort of focuses everyone, so it's good. It's good that you did that because it kind of, hey, we're going to Abbey Road, we got to make this count. Is that the feeling, or just you've always wanted to go there like me? And
No, it's why Abbey Road, you know?
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, why Abbey Road? When we start to looking for engineers to make them the master, um, and we began to write. Okay, And we send an email to abroad too. We sent to abroad to another studios in Brazil, etc. And the only place that they don't complain that the music is too long was in abroad, the only
Oh yeah,
place.
they
Yeah, because everybody, oh wow, it's 23 minutes. Oh my God. Yeah, we need to make some discount. Is very expensive because we need to calculate this 23 minutes. It's like 7 music time, 7 times the time, the usual time for music, etc. And we have a lot of this pushback. So
hmm,
we send the music, okay, it's too long, etc. So we are with a fair to say that for the people that how long is the song, because everybody complains in the
wow.
studios, but in abroad, no. Okay, it's
No, they've
23
had
minutes.
some long
Okay,
songs there.
okay, yeah. We work by the hour. Okay, uh, if takes some 1 hour, okay, 1 hour. Okay, so they really is another mindset. Okay,
Good.
they have another mindset. It's okay. Let's work. Let's do it. So it's amazing because it's the most famous studio in the world
Definitely.
and the only studio that don't complain in this issue that we have long songs. Okay, so this is the reason we make the master with abroad.
What was it like for you, Gabrielle? You're getting all that top of the line keyboards and synths. You had it had to be, oh my God, and it's like Christmas.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was a huge honor to be in, like in some way part of this of this studio's history. Uh, but as Pedro said, like it was more on the good work than
Yeah,
the the legacy or something like that. Like,
But there's there's a I believe, Mark, that London is a good place to alternative rock or
yeah,
progressive rock. Okay, and when we went to rock studios in London, I never feel so relaxed in a studio
I bet.
uh, in my life. No, Gabriel.
yeah, we were like we did what we came to do, and then there was like some time left. We just spent like 2 hours just exploring the the scenes, and it was like a amazing experience. It was and in this improvisation that we did that we came with the uh, idea that to make an outro for Violeta's Dream, connecting with Blue, uh, just because of the that just happened because of the liberty we had. The
Yeah, we talked about Roger. He's got a great voice, but you met another spectacular voice that I think takes this album just a little bit further than your last one, and that's Kim Chandler. Tell us how Abbey Road helped maybe connect you two, and what was it like bringing her on board, and how did she improve the sound and give you sort of that, I hate to say it, but that angelic voice that maybe you guys are looking for?
Okay. Actually, we found when we were in London. I said to Gabriel, "Hey, let's find a singer to make this backing vocals here," and we went to Rack and we can record. And then we tried to find in the Google, try to find some
Mhm.
singer from London. And then we found Kim, and we entered in contact, and she was very open. And again, we said 23 minutes, and okay, show me the music, and she loved the songs. And she said one thing I never forget. She said, "You don't. It's very hard what you want to me sing is very hard. I can do it. You hardly will find some vocalists to do this work, and because this time signature is very hard, and
Yeah.
the vocal um,
Range.
Range.
range
Yeah.
is very large. And Gabriel write the vocal parts and send to Kim, and we start to work.
And you said she was very easy to work with and just picked up right away and knew exactly what she needed to do and did a fantastic job.
Yeah, we did it over Skype. Like we wanted to make it in London, but she wasn't there at the time we had. Yeah, and we tried other singers there, but we ended up deciding, no, let's do it online because Kim was amazing. And we arrived at Brazil. We gave her the sheet music, and she studied it, and we meet up at Skype, just one Skype session,
Wow.
and she did it all. Like I I asked, scream more, like and she gave more than we would ever dream of, like, and
It pays to go with a professional. Yeah, she is an absolute stellar professional.
yeah.
All right. Subsounds, you describe it as a deep dive into the subconscious, exploring the intersection of sound and silence. And yeah, that's exactly what you did here with this album. It is just amazing. And uh, Cyclical Night, I described it as a walk through the Amazon jungle at night. And that's, I mean, I closed my eyes when I first heard that song. And that was the first thing that came to me is, what if you were walking through, you would never walk through the Amazon jungle. That's not something I would tell anyone to do at night. But that's how it felt. But it was like that mystery and what's coming next and what the heck is out there. There's serpents and all sorts of things in the jungle. But tell me, how did you guys feel when you put that song together?
Yeah,
Uh,
I remember that I was with the TV turned on, and we in some uh, program from nature program. Okay, I don't remember what's the program, and I was listening the master. Okay, the first version of the master, and I was here, and then the sound of the keyboards in the intro of Cyclical Night were mixing with the birds, this etc. And I said, wow, it's very, very matched so well. And then we begin to mess around with Minimoog and try to find the sounds of a frog and forest and the wind and the trees, etc., and the night sound, and we begin to compose the sound. And all the sounds are we made in the Minimoog.
Oh wow. And yeah, the
Yeah.
beginning does start off like that. Yeah, I forgot to say that, but yeah, you did it. That's what kind of gave me that feeling right from the beginning. And then Roger comes in with that loneliness you cannot escape from fate. And it's just we just talked about how great Kim was, but I'm telling you, he also raised his level, I think. Not that the first album was bad, but he's just really emotional throughout this album, and really you can feel, like I say, it feels like you're there. You're in that experience with him, and that's hard for a singer to do. But he did it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he was very, very relaxed in the record session. He's very into the music, and um, we we said you can sing uh, how many times you want music, um, and we said that we don't fix some errors. If he is out of tune, we we said that we'll fix this. We don't use auto tuning, nothing.
You want it to be,
So he
yeah.
yeah. So the what he sing is really uh, uh, what he sing. We
What he
don't
was feeling. Yeah.
uh, yeah, it's just feeling. It's another. I don't know if it's 100%, but for me, is sound like a more than 100% because it's we are not worried about the if it is in tune, etc. But
Perfect key.
if the feeling, this is the most important for us. The feeling if it is Roger is expressing the lyric.
And did you write the lyrics, or did Roger write the lyrics on this album?
Yeah,
Or was it?
Pedro wrote all the lyrics.
Okay.
I gave some tips, and but I don't have much influence on that part. I mostly my work in this album was the we composed it, the arrangements together, and there's songs that Pedro did most of it, and songs that I did most of it, and but the lyrics was all Pedro.
And you told us about the inspiration on that one. Digital Coma is the next song, and this is a masterclass in how to make a space or um, I mean, I hear 2001: A Space Oddity. I hear um, um, the other one. Um, there's even, you guys probably don't know Rollerball, but um, Blade Runner, and there's so much that just comes to mind when you hear this, and it's fantastic. How did that one develop? It's a great song.
The idea is the original title is just Coma.
Okay.
Gabriel came up with digital coma because we make this intro. The idea, the original idea was we put the listener into the machines that maintains life
Oh,
in
okay.
a coma. Okay, this is the original idea. And then Gabriel made a draw with like some history, how to it's not uma partitura, filho.
It was like a, a graphical
Portrait or representation.
sheet music. I worry that sheet music will sound strange, but I think how it says like
Mhm.
it's a graphical presentation of the track. I I try to draw like how people get drawn into digital coma,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, to try. I believe is to try to tell history, to try to tell a story. It's a storytelling. So, and this, I remember in the studio, Gabriel came to the studio with the Moogies, etc., and came like an afternoon or 4 or 5 hours, I don't know, and came up with this intro with all the sounds, the strange sounds, etc.
And then you the near the ending when I think Roger sings "We're all kings and queens," and then Kim is follows up on that. I mean, where did that inspiration come from? And I think um, you shared a video of you talking with Kim and her, sort of giving that line. Um,
Mhm.
that's definitely one of the highlights of that song. But talk about how all that came together and just that sound. We were all kings and queens is just perfect the way he sings it.
Yeah, the idea is a disconnection between the original idea is disconnection between two people.
Yeah,
The the chorus is one people and uh, and the chorus e qualquer outro,
the
filho.
verse. I think the verse is
Verse,
the
yes,
person in coma,
yes,
and
and
the
the
chorus
chorus
is
is yeah, it's
we
another
were all kings and queens. Yeah,
persona, and then the idea is um, could you find me in your dreams?
yeah.
Yeah, in these dreams we are uh, kings and queens. Okay, this is the idea in the people there are disconnect with each other,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's very subjective too. So
we should treat each other like that. I like that um, idea that we all should treat each
yeah,
other.
there's a song about the disconnection.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Violetta's Dream is absolutely one of the stunners. I mean, they're all excellent songs, but this one, uh, you've got Gabriel with that Yamaha CS80, and talk a little bit about that, and then um, Kim just does a fantastic job as well as Roger. But talk about what it was like. The Yamaha CS80 is the same one that was used on Blade Runner. And now that was in Abbey Road, I think.
It was at Rex
Oh,
Studios.
okay. Talk about playing with that, and that had to be fun.
Yeah, the intro it was like a it was just guitars at first, and then the band came together, like, and the explosion, like, and we were like, I don't know, this needs an intro for this intro, and we did it with the Metric Moog and the guitar, and we came to the studio and improvised the intro. Um, and then after we did all the 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 rest of the song, I did another intro with the program that I use. It's called Pure Data, and the CS80 we it's just the ending, like, when the monsters go away, and it's like they go into where they belong. It was an improvisation with the CS80 that was it works in a way that allows for improvisation. It's like it's very intuitive since, and it has a kind of modulation that no I don't know a synth that can do this, like, with that knob. Um, and the whole track is a huge narrative that uh, that my dad did it. That was amazing, and I love the lyrics also. And
And
uh,
that explosion that you talked about, yeah, if you're not, this is definitely, you can listen in the car. We've listened to it many times, but the best place is on headphones, and you might miss that explosion, but that explosion effect is just perfect. It's perfectly timed. How did you do that? Did you do that with the CS80, or go ahead? And if you haven't heard the album, definitely listen for it. It's just really, you have this entry, and it's just really cool.
it was I think it was the Juno,
Oh, okay.
the Juno or the Moog one. It was the Juno, I think. Yes, and there's the Minimoog solo. There's the roads we recorded at Rack, and the whole uh, the part that Roger sings. It was the Rack's Roads that sounds brilliant, and then there's the Minimoog solo and the Nightmare that we did it with the modular, uh, along with Minimoogs and the Moog one. Uh, yeah, composing this track was very very cool because we tried to keep it all together,
Yeah.
constructing a narrative. But so we have all across the song we have the motifs that return a lot. Uh, uh, it's very cool. Want to talk something?
All right. The next song is Blue, and it's another wonderful song. And the surprise, I've already kind of divulged that, but you get, similar synths and beautiful music. And then all of a sudden they stop and then he comes in. It's a Steinway piano, I think he said, and you get no, it's not Bohemian Rhapsody or anything like that, but it sounds like that after you've been listening to all these synths and things like that. It's like all of a sudden, oh my God, we're back at Night at the Opera, and it was just I loved it. But what inspired that change and that desire to bring in that sort of organic piano? Because it was a great idea.
Yeah, we did we had the I composed the song and then my I was messing it with it in the piano. I composed a lot on the piano, and then my father said like, okay, now this part you if you make a good piano piece, we will go to London and we record it. It was like the 2020, 19, I think. And then I started composing and we did a lot of adjustments, like a lot of versions before it was approved. And then it was approved I practiced a lot. Here and in London, we rented a place so just where I could practice because we had to do Blue and Voice of God in the same uh, half period.
Action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Blue. The idea when Gabriel came after the Roger thing, very spatial part with the synths, and then Gabriel came with a dun dun,
Yeah.
and okay, and then I put this challenge. Okay, make a good song, and we will record in London, and then he worked a lot in this piece. Okay, it's a very classical piece.
Yeah.
Okay, and I said the last time I hear a classical piece into the music was with Keith Emerson
Oh
in
wow.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay,
There you
and
go. Yeah.
yeah, and then I
Another
said,
good.
okay, this is will be very unusual, even in today's prog.
Yes.
Okay, it's very rare you see the classical piece in the middle of the music or in the end. And the idea was, okay, this is the first time in the record that we hear the piano.
Yeah.
So this is like it's a surprise. Okay, then we came with this piano and in Voice of God, we return with piano.
Yeah.
So the idea is present the piano or surprise the audience with this piano.
Yeah. No, it was perfectly timed, and you did a great job. Really, everything about that. Then we get to Voice of God, and oh my goodness, how do you talk about something that takes you back
Yeah.
to your favorite song? This took me immediately back to my favorite song of all time. I don't hide it, and it's "Supper's Ready" by Genesis. And no, it's not exactly like that, and the lyrics aren't the same, but it has to me that kind of power. And just the lyrics are who wrote the lyrics? Did you, Pedro?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did the lyrics, and I in this music I just did the lyrics, and I have some participation in the solos and in the melody of the end. Uh, can you hear the voice of God? This.
Yeah.
But the song is Gabriel's songs, and the song when Gabriel was messing around with Mogi and make this intro, I say wow. And we work a lot. Gabriel worked a lot in this song to because it's very complex.
Yeah.
It's not the longest song, but I believe it's the most complex.
Definitely.
Okay, and because how to begin and take this evolution, and then in the end we recover the beginning. We back to the beginning again.
Yep.
So this is very, very, very difficult, and Gabriel work a lot to make amazing work.
I would disagree that it was only my compositions, because everything in this album was ideas, and the fights, and the ideas collide, and it gets polished. And there has been like at least 4 or 5 versions of this song, and it only got where it is because my father said, like, literally no, so it's not yet, like, and we did this all over the album, like a Cyclical Night. It was in a state that I didn't enjoy, and I put my finger, and we fight, and this collaborative process is, I think that it proves, and it's something that I miss. I think I miss in other bands. Like it's mostly very egocentric, and the thing about prog in the 70s and 60s, that it was like bands. It was a lot of people composing together.
Yes.
Um, and this creates good music because it has to be something that everyone enjoys, and you can't be lazy. You can't create something that it's not very good.
And when you're going to
Uh,
call it the voice of God, it's got to last for a long time. It's got to, stay in people's memory, and it's got to be worthy of that title. And this definitely is. Um, talk about, and I hate to give away the ending, but I got to talk about that ending. It is just amazing. You have it building just like Supper's Already builds towards the ending. And then you already talked about it a little bit, but the scream, the scream and the sounds that took me back to Pink Floyd. I think I mentioned that, and the Great Gig in the Sky. But Kim really did a hell of a job on that. And then you come back to the piano, but the final words, and talk about that
mhm.
ending. It is just
Yeah.
yeah.
My father came up with the the name of the song, and uh, I figured I would give this voice like an infinity effect. Like if you hear it again, you hear that it's never Kim never breathes. Like
Yeah.
we did it in a way that she sings, and then we record it again. So we make a college that makes this impression of infiniteness, I guess.
Infinity.
Like,
Yeah, it sounds like that. Yeah.
and uh, the last words that my father wrote was "Take me home."
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, let's go to the first motif, like the synth pattern, like the intro, and just this the pattern with the melody being as expressive as possible, and I know I knew I needed a really cool, really expressive ending, and
Yeah.
it's like a thousand voices and
Yeah.
screaming. And, yeah, we didn't have this ending, and we did it actually in rehearsal. I did. Oh, if we what if we go back to the beginning with the synth and all, and I just did the melody after, and Kim did all the work. Uh, the piano at the
Where's
end.
home? Where's home? That's a tough. Yeah, I wasn't sure you'd answer it, but
Yeah, yeah,
wherever you
I,
find
I
peace, wherever you let's
yeah,
put.
I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And uh, the last screen from Kim is amazing.
Yeah,
Uh, because Gabriel, I remember Gabriel was pushing her, "Hey, higher, higher, higher," and she go, and she did.
all right. Well, yeah, it's just if and you should hear the whole album, but if you only listen to one song, listen to that one and you'll get drawn into the album. You'll say, "Oh my God, they did this. The rest of it's got to be pretty good." And yeah, you've got to feel like, and no one ever quits, at that point. But you're like, we might have hit, Beatles level or a Pink Floyd level, or did you feel that when you finally put that one together? Because I know I would if I had put something like that together. I'd feel like, oh my God, maybe we've done something that something spectacular. How did you feel?
yeah. I I felt amazed when it all came together, and I heard it for like in the studio. I guess it was it really hit me when we were recording the drums and the ending, like all the the rumbles of Leonberto did. It gave so much uh, tension uh, in the track, and I was like a how to say, like uh, regendo. It's like like
Right.
a maestro. Like I was like, come here, uh, grow, and explode. Like I was like, it was a cool moment. Uh,
The hair on your arm stands up.
yeah,
It's that kind of music, really. It just when I heard it for the first time, I was like, "Oh my God, they've done something really." I mean, the whole album, but that last song just, you know, you. How did you feel, Pedro? You had to feel like we've hit, we've struck gold. I mean, it was,
Yeah, it's the our album. Uh, uh, I believe I'm very proud of
yeah,
Okay, I um, I like to show this album um, from everybody. So I believe we work very well the connection between the songs. I believe we um, there's a conversation between the songs. There's
Yes.
a story there. And the idea was explore the subsounds, the sounds of subconscious. Uh, this is the idea. The idea. Very the lyrics it's not happy lyrics. It's very dance lyrics.
Yeah.
So this is the idea of this album. Um, and I believe me, Gabriel, and everybody who work with this album, even the engineers here in Bauru, even Christian Wright from Abbey Road, they was very impressed with the songs,
Yeah.
with the album, and I believe we did a good work in this album, good album, okay, and we love albums. We don't like singles, okay.
No, yeah. Good.
Okay, this single mentality. I like the album, the because this represents uh, um, how we work in some time and space. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the idea, and we are start begin. We have that now. The next step was the next step is prepare for the shows because uh, we want to show the songs for everybody, as
Yeah.
many
And
people
give
we
them a
can
chance
show.
to experience
Yeah.
this live. I mean,
Yes.
oh my God, I would love to hear you guys play this.
So this is our goal now, but we are beginning to work on our next album too.
Oh, good.
And we don't have to this make this gap from 5 years. No, we are trying to last year and next year with another album.
Wow.
Okay, we have already 5 or 6 songs already,
Oh my goodness.
and
Fantastic.
we are working on these songs, and I believe that we are come back to the studios until the end of this year.
And you've got the same core band together?
Yes.
Good. And the big question is Kim coming back? I hope so.
Kim?
Is
Kim?
Kim
Yeah.
is Kim coming back?
Yes, Kim is yeah,
You
for
can.
sure.
Yeah. After this album, I think I put that in the
Yeah.
review. I said, you can't make another album without her now. I mean, no, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she was amazing. The drums part we are working in this next album, maybe. Um, I'm not sure if Umberto is the right man for the job, okay?
yeah,
Because it's so complex. Umberto is very good. It's very it has a very a groove, but we don't know if this for next album because the drums become very complex. Okay, but we'll see. Okay, but the idea is we working with the same friends.
will you go back to Abbey Road or?
Yes, the idea. Yes, is
And
the idea.
the engineers, yeah, we need to point out, 'cause I think you did at the beginning, but just the engineering, the mixing, all that stuff really, they captured what you guys did. You guys did the work, you guys made the performance, but they were able to catch that. And that is so
Yes.
absolutely, I mean,
Yeah.
things like that scream and things like that. You if you're not smart enough to know how to capture that and save it correctly, it's lost forever. And yeah, you had some great
Yes.
people working with you.
Yeah, and I believe we need to make a special thank you here for our engineer here from Bauru for my studio. Where we work the drums, the vocals, and most part of keyboards, guitars, etc. We record here in Valetti's studio here in Bauru. And the sound engineer and the mix engineer was a Neil Shayeb. He's amazing. He uh, he could make our music sounds how it should.
Yes. Yeah. He captured it. And then one last
Yes.
thing that we don't want to skip over is that album cover is excellent. And I think you guys are sending me a copy of the CD. I haven't seen any of the artwork inside, but
Yeah.
the cover is just riveting. I mean, that just
Yeah. It's
thumbs up Subsounds, but go ahead.
yes. It was very because it's the same artist from the first album.
All
It's the
right.
same. It's a photographer here. She the name is her name is Nadia Maria,
All right.
and we are looking for it's a funny story. We are looking for in the internet in international photography, etc. Try to find some people some image for the first album, and they wow, this is amazing. This what the name? Oh, Nadia Maria. Wow, it's like a Brazilian name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are trying to and we make a research in this name, and she she was from our city.
Oh, wow.
It was
Perfect.
very coincidence.
Serendipity.
And
Yeah.
and she came along here and listened to music, and she's very sensitive. She take the essence of this music, and for the first album, Out of the Loop,
Yeah.
that if you look closer, you
Yes.
see this picture is a child looking, but she was out. She's not inside the
Picture.
playground. She's
Yeah.
out. Okay, so it's perfect. And then for this album, we said, oh, the name of the album is I just say the name of is Subsound. I'd like some kind of uh, with water. I don't know. You can, and she came with this beautiful photo with there's a model
Yeah.
lay down in the water and listen inside the water. She's very good.
Yeah.
And all the single artworks also had a good process with her. It was a it was amazing artwork. Violetta's Dream, she was so creative. And she sent like a audios and like
She's like part
a
of it felt like part of the family. I mean, she was on the same page as you guys and
yeah.
knew exactly what you were shooting for.
Mhm.
Well, we covered a lot of ground. Are there questions or things that you guys wanted to talk about that I didn't cover?
I don't think so. Uh, yeah.
Oh, I believe we cover everything almost. Yeah, the process was very long, very with a lot of good discussions between
Yeah.
me and Gabriel Davis, and we worked together in all these songs. And I believe that the most long songs that we work was Violeta's Dream, no? I believe we have a lot of time to working on this song. And again, Mark, we are very proud of this album.
Yes, you should
Very
be.
happy with the result.
You guys should be. Yeah. And I mean, now that I've heard these first two, I can't wait for that next one. And let's please, we can talk about this later, but please get together. I want to be a part of that one as well, and be glad to, as you get closer to the finish, if you want to get on, and we can do an interview like this and talk about what's coming, and or after, however you want to do it. But yeah, you got a fan for life. I mean, this album, people,
Thank you.
if you haven't heard this and haven't heard about it, please, hopefully this message gets out there to everyone, and you get a good chance to hear these guys talking directly about it and how much it involved their lives and how much it influenced them. But yeah, just like I say, give this a listen. It'll take care of itself. It really is the kind of music that you and I listened to back in the 60s and 70s, and where people really took their time like they have. And yeah, you had a few little fights and things like that, but that was all to bring this, to the highest esteem possible, and they really care about what they're doing. And that's and it's like everyone else, they may not be getting paid as much as they should, which most likely they're not. But it's not about the money. It's about the feeling these people have, and they laid it on recording a tape or whatever they used for recording or digital, but they really put it there, and you should at least give it a listen, and I think it'll take care of itself from there.
Yeah, this takes like so much because so much time because we since 2021 we don't live together anymore. I went to another city to study music, and Pedro has a full-time job, and this is the reality we live in. Like it's we don't we're not full-time musicians, but yet we every time we could get, we'd work on this album, and it's the most special thing we've built. Like
And you're working with your dad. That's got to be wonderful. I always wanted that opportunity to teach with him, or he was a coach to coach with him. But take my advice and appreciate that, and really enjoy that, because it doesn't last forever, unfortunately. And he's a great guy, and you are too. But yeah, and you get along well, and that's very important.
yeah, that's one of the most important things, like to make something together. So not everyone has this opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to add? Otherwise, I'll turn off the recording, and then we're gonna talk for a couple minutes. Anything else? All right.
No.
But yeah, thank you both for taking some time. We took a lot of time, but there was a lot to cover.
No.
But thank you very much.
And thank you
Thank you,
for the
man.
invitation.
Definitely. No, this was worth every minute. Yep. Thank you. All right. I'm going to turn off the recording and then we can all talk. But Atomic Time, Subsounds, get it. Just listen to it and the rest will take care of itself.